out as he gathered himself, and the audience tearfully laughed.
Look, I'm no public speaker. I'm a weatherman, so forgive the terrible slew of forthcoming puns.
Appreciative laughter hummed through the room as he picked up the glass trophy.
When I lost my wife, Katherine, years ago, I felt like a tornado had ripped through my life, and I'd been left to pick up the pieces. I didn't think I could ever rebuild the beautiful life we'd had together, but I knew I had to try. I knew I had to do everything I could to empower my daughter, to make sure she knew that the whole world was within her grasp. If the sun wasn't going to shine, oh boy, I would build a movie set for her to live in, all sandy beaches and palm trees and blue skies. That's what we do for our kids, isn't it? We hoist the sun up into the sky for them every day until they're old enough to do it for themselves.
That part, Winona thought. That's the part you should repeat back to him. He'll like that. She twisted the Cartier bracelet on her wrist, then pressed the metal hard into her skin, a trick she had for imprinting anything important into her memory. Don't forget, hoist the sun into the sky until they're old enough to do it. That was the right line, the perfect one to recite back to him.
But what I didn't realize, Stormy went on, was that I was never doing the heavy lifting. The joy of my daughter, the boundless hope and potentiality of children, that is what lights up my life. Partnering with Brainstorm Girls has been more than just a job that doesn't feel like work. It has been a second sun hoisted up into the sky for me.
He lifted his eyes to the crowd.
And remember, folks, he said, in the Upper Peninsula,
a little bit of sunshine goes a long way, the room replied, before erupting into applause. The silver-haired woman to Winona's right pushed her chair back, leading the charge in the standing ovation. Absolutely moving, she shouted down at Winona. Winona had been so focused on her inner dialogue, hoist the sun, hoist the sun, hoist the sun, that she almost said that aloud in response. Instead, she pushed the bracelet into her wrist and smiled wide and lovely. My father is a rare man. As Stormy stepped off the stage, he stumbled, temporarily blinded by the stage lights, and missed the first step. It happened in a second, a tiny blip, but Winona saw it as if in slow motion. Her stomach rose up like she was on the tower drop, and her mind and vision sharpened to present the scene in perfect clarity. The slick heel of Stormy's Ferragamo wingtip hitting the edge of the step, the part without grip tape, and sliding downward. His weight thrown back, his body off balance. His salt and pepper head dropping down, down, down. His toothy white smile, the one that meant he was stressed, stretched across his mouth right up until the last millisecond when the back of his skull cracked against the edge of the stage. Blood spurting out in a crown around his head, the room beginning to scream, the silver-haired woman shrieking, then collapsing dizzily into the chair. The presenter, for some reason, taking his suit jacket off because it was hard to get blood out of Italian wool, because Sturgis, Stormy Olsen might be cold there, lying at such an odd angle on the stairs, and scrambling toward the edge of the stage, the 5 feet 10 inches of crumpled pinstripe, the blood, so much blood, glistening in the soft light. And Winona, sitting there, still as her father's favorite Rodin, as the screams around the room escalated, gruff shouts of, "Call 911!" and "I'm a doctor, let me through!" going up like flares throughout the tumult. And still, Winona, frozen in her chair. An orphan, in 2 seconds flat, totally alone in the world, totally alone. A big, empty house waiting for her at the end of a long driveway and a senile grandfather across town. Totally alone. Tears pricked her eyes at the thought. She blinked them away. She blinked it all away. Stormy caught the handrail on the stage, and his foot met the second step with ease. He came toward her like a shark swimming through the applause, and she stood, as she knew he expected her to, pushing the bracelet.